In 2015, almost 10 years ago, I toured your parish in a program called Prosperity Live. And I believe it was at the Anglican Church that a young lady said in that meeting, "Prime Minister, it is as if my parish is forgotten." The PMP have had this constituency for decades. The road, water, housing, terrible condition. Unemployment, high. And I left there with something riveted in my mind. She said, "St. Thomas don't even have a stoplight, but the one that stuck with me, and not making any promotion for anybody. But she said, St. Thomas don't even have a KFC. I hear she's right here in the crowd." In other words, what she was saying is that the typical signs of development were not in this parish. Now, historically, St. Thomas was punished because of where we are standing now, the rebellion. And so when the colonial government took over, they sought to develop other parishes but neglected here. So St. Thomas was always behind. And I took that into consideration, and I decided that at the first opportunity we must rectify that. We need to ensure that St. Thomas is developed. In fact, we must ensure that every parish has a certain level of development, that all its residents can feel comfortable and enjoy a quality of life that they deserve. The question, my friends, is how to do it without running into debt. That has been the problem that no government of Jamaica has been able to solve until the Andrew Holness-led government of Jamaica. I'm now not only speaking to the residents here in Paul Bogle Square, I am speaking to the wider Jamaica for your consideration. For the last 50 years, we have been financing our development by debt, borrowing. That has created a big problem. It has made us vulnerable, exposed to changes in the global economy. And worse, if you borrow money and you don't use it well, then it makes the problem much worse. Because if you were expecting to get money from what you invest in and you don't get it, then you don't have the revenues to pay back the money that you borrow. And that, in simple terms, has been the problem of Jamaica. Since this government, what has happened? I want you to listen carefully. We took over the debt at somewhere around 130% of GDP. Now GDP sounds like a big thing, but bear in mind, all GDP is what you produce, is what you produce, is what you over there so produce, is what the vendor produce, what the bank teller produce, what the teacher produce, what the policeman produce. You put all of that together and you say that is the gross product of Jamaica. If you take everything that everybody in Jamaica produce, what we owe is 30% larger than what we produce when we took it over. So if Jamaica decided in 1 year it's going to pay back its debt, after it pay back the debt, it would still owe 30%. Today, 10 years since, if we decided to pay back our debt today, we would pay off the debt and still have about 38% left for ourselves. You see how the economy changed? The economy changed. As a result of that, when we took over the economy, the country, the society, 10 years ago, unemployment was somewhere in the region of 13%, meaning 13 in 100 persons who are looking for a job couldn't find job. You know what the unemployment rate is today? It is now 3.3%. Only 3 persons in every 100 that is looking for a job can't find a job. It is a different Jamaica today than what it was before. It is a better Jamaica today than what it was before. I'll give you one more statistic about how Jamaica has changed. We have cut the murder rate by almost half. When we took over, the murder rate in Jamaica was somewhere in the region of about 49 per 100,000. Meaning 49 persons were murdered in every 100,000 population in Jamaica. Today, you are somewhere, if you annualize it, to about between 25 and 20 per 100,000. Murder rate cut in half. This is a better Jamaica today than it was then.